Good evening and welcome to Poland Daily. I'm Nicholas Richardson and this is the news. The 24th of August is Ukraine's Independence Day. It is celebrated on the anniversary of the adoption of the Declaration of Independence of Ukraine by the Supreme Council of the Ukrainian SSR in 1991. This year's anniversary coincides with the end of the first 6 months of the brutal invasion of Ukraine by Russia. Because of the threat of air attacks, the authorities in Kiev decided to cancel the festive celebrations. On the 24th of August 1991, Ukraine became an independent state, while on the 24th of February 2022, its citizens had to face a new war-related reality.
24 лютого о 4 ранку не народилась.
A new nation appeared in the world on the 24th of February at 4 in the morning. It was not born but reborn, a nation that did not cry, did not scream, did not fear. The nation that did not flee, did not give up and did not forget. 6 months ago, Russia declared war on us. On the 24th of February, all of Ukraine heard explosions and gunshots, and on the 24th of August, it was not to hear any wishes on the occasion of Independence Day. 6 months ago, we were told we had no chance. But today we are celebrating. Within 6 months, we changed our history. We changed the world and we changed ourselves. Now we really know who our brothers and friends are, and who are our random acquaintances. The whole world now knows who Ukrainians are and what Ukraine is. Nobody will say that Russia is here anymore. We began to respect each other. We understood that no one will deprive us of independence. For us, Ukraine means all of Ukraine, all 25 regions without any concessions or compromises. These words ceased to exist for us on the 24th of February. And after the first missiles hit, Donbass is Ukraine, Crimea is Ukraine. We will reclaim these lands, no matter how difficult the road may be. Happy Independence Day, Ukraine. Glory to Ukraine.
Україно, слава Україні.
On the occasion of the Independence Day, the Ukrainian ambassador to Poland, Vasyl Zwartich, thanked Poles for the great help they had shown the Ukrainians from the first days of the Russian invasion.
Drodzy przyjaciele,
Dear friends, today we celebrate Ukraine's Independence Day. This year's holiday is special for all of us, for the Ukrainians who bravely stood up for independence against Russian aggression, and for the Polish people who support us and help us fight today for our freedom and yours. Independence is a great value. It is not given to us once and forever. Every day we have to take care of it and without hesitation defend it, even at the cost of our own lives. Like the Warsaw insurgents, today Ukrainian soldiers stood up to an unequal fight against a brutal enemy. Like the Warsaw insurgents, today we need as many weapons as possible. And like the Warsaw insurgents, today we Ukrainians do not lack courage and determination in the fight for freedom and independence. For 182 days, Ukraine has been heroically defending itself against an enemy that is much stronger and, moreover, a nuclear power. We defend Ukraine on its eastern borders, and we can see how much this war has united us, west and east, north and south. We understand that by maintaining defense in the east, we are securing life throughout Ukraine, securing the work of our base, which plays one of the most crucial roles in bringing our common victory closer. Without the help of entrepreneurs, volunteers and every Ukrainian, we have no chance of winning. In connection with today's public holiday, the authorities in Kiev have been warning about the possible intensification of Russian attacks on civilian targets in the interior of the country. The Russians launched a missile attack on Mirhorod near Poltava, attacking the city's infrastructure, while missiles fired towards Odessa fell into the sea. I would like to remind you that the war is going on for the 9th year now, and there is no safe place in any part of Ukraine right now. But please remain calm. Please carry emergency bags with you and do not ignore the alarms. Please observe the curfews and believe in the armed forces of Ukraine. Security protection authorities work around the clock. Stay calm. Everything will be fine. The authorities of the neighboring Cherkasy Oblast and Enerhodar also announced the sounds of explosions. Radiation measurements near a nuclear power plant show a worrying increase in contamination. Ukraine is waiting for the arrival of independent experts from the International Atomic Energy Agency and the United Nations, so that they may go to the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant and assess the state of the emergency there. After 6 months of Russian aggression, the Western world is increasingly supporting Ukraine. Today, the United States announced its largest aid package to date, $3 billion. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan presented a strong position on Crimea, illegally seized by Russia in 2014, when he said that the peninsula legally and morally belongs to Ukraine.
The record-breaking U.S. aid package worth $3 billion will be used to purchase ammunition and defense systems, including combat drones. The United States of America is committed to supporting the Ukrainian people as they continue their struggle to defend their sovereignty. As part of this commitment, I am proud to announce our largest tranche of military aid to date. After 6 months of unjustified war, the Western world proves once again that the issue of defending Ukraine and enabling the expulsion of Russians from the occupied territories is in the interests of the United States.
We must continue to insist that Crimea is Ukraine, just as Donetsk and Luhansk are Ukraine, just as every other part of the country is Ukraine. That was our position in 2014. It's our position in 2022. We must keep raising the costs and international pressure on President Putin and his enablers until the rights of the Ukrainian people and their sovereign country are respected. And we must continue to provide humanitarian, security, and diplomatic support for Ukrainians bravely defending their rights.
During yesterday's summit of the Crimean platform, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan declared that Crimea is part of Ukraine and that the country's territorial integrity is an element of global security. Turkey does not recognize the annexation of Crimea and has openly stated from day one that this step is illegal and unlawful. This is a position that has not only legal but also moral foundations. The return of Crimea to Ukraine, of which it is an inseparable part of, is essentially a requirement of international law. Such strong declarations by the countries of the broadly understood Western world mean that Ukraine may use not only diplomatic means to try to liberate Crimea. The Ukrainian state, especially now when it is invaded by Russia, has the right to extend its warfare also to the areas of the peninsula and use armed forces to regain control over these areas. Yesterday, President Andrzej Duda paid a visit to Kiev. This morning, during a press conference at the railway station in Przemyśl, he said that Ukraine still needs enormous military support. He said that although Ukrainians are refugees, they are welcomed in Polish homes as guests.
Dziękuję za to ogromnie, bo kiedy tam się jest,
Thank you very much for it, because when you are there, you understand why they took refuge with us. They need help very much. I am for it. I am very grateful to my people for giving their hearts, and I deeply believe that these hearts will change history. Since the beginning of the Russian invasion, Poles have been admitting Ukrainians to their homes. Support was provided not only in the country, but also through humanitarian transports to the fighting Ukraine. It is estimated that the value of the aid exceeded 10 billion zloty.
Zarówno i grupy nieformalne, i organizacje.
Both informal groups and social organizations helped during this difficult period. On the one hand, by organizing food, organizing information at all those points where refugees reached. The Polish state provided support worth around 15 billion zloty, the most 7 billion zloty, for military support.
Wspieram Ukrainę.
We support Ukraine because this is our tradition. These are our beliefs, but also these are our interests. Russia's aggression, Russia's imperial policy is also a threat to Poland and all of Central and Eastern Europe. Another U.S. aid package to be delivered to Ukraine is also a dimension strengthening NATO's eastern flank, including Poland. Poland is a key country when it comes to supporting Ukraine and when it comes to the security of NATO's eastern flank and the whole of Europe. Hence, Deutsche Welle and many other German magazines say that Poland has had the strongest position for a long time, since the end of World War II. The United States is the undisputed leader in supporting Ukraine. The liabilities are worth nearly $10 billion. In Europe, on the other hand, the countries of Central and Eastern Europe showed the most solidarity.
Yesterday, German and Canadian officials signed a hydrogen alliance aimed at accelerating efforts to export clean fuel to Germany by 2025. Through the Hydrogen Alliance, Canada and Germany intend to establish a transatlantic supply corridor, while also coordinating policies to attract investment in hydrogen projects. The deal was made during German Chancellor Olaf Scholz's first official visit to Canada, which began on Sunday.
The Canada-Germany Hydrogen Alliance is a historic step forward for our shared future. Our target is clear: working towards initial exports of Canadian hydrogen to Germany by 2025. And our outcomes are clear as well: creating middle-class jobs and local growth while delivering clean energy that will help fight climate change. German companies are already signing deals to buy made-in-Canada hydrogen. There is no doubt The demand is there. But make no mistake, even as we pivot towards net zero, energy needs in the world, as quality of life goes up in the global south and everywhere around the world, the need for clean energy is almost limitless.
According to our National Hydrogen Strategy published in June 2020, Germany expects a need of 90 to 110 terawatt-hours hydrogen in 2030. We plan to build substantial electrolysis capacity in Germany. Still, we have to cover the majority of our hydrogen demands by imports. Canadian and German companies are well positioned in the hydrogen technology market, but producers from other countries, especially China, the US, are gaining more and more market shares by scaling up their production capacities. Therefore, we need to take action in order to maintain and further expand our front-runner position.
That's the news. Thank you for watching. Stay with us for the weather, Poland Daily Business and more programmes. But from me, it's have a good night and a better tomorrow.